How do you find a financial advisor that you want to work with? Now, this is a great question. You've decided that you want someone else to take a look at your finances, you want some help thinking about your finances, looking at the big picture, whether it's getting ready for college planning, retirement planning, or you're just at a stage that you feel you really need some help. You've got multiple accounts that are kind of got spread all over the place. How do I get someone involved to just help me feel better about where I am? How do I find the right person to work with? Now, I've already spoken about finding somebody who's fee only and a fiduciary, so you can check out those videos, and I really recommend that you do that because other people have different incentives. If you go to the bank or a brokerage house or other things, they could be great people really looking to try to help you personally and do the best that they can for you. But if they get paid in other ways other than just being paid by you, then they have other incentives like, oh, maybe I can help you manage your money because it sounds like you need somebody to do that, and maybe you do, but they're also going to get paid to do that, so they have an incentive to try to move you in that direction. So even if you know that you need a lot of help or you need various things, I would always start with a fee-only fiduciary, fee-only advisor or planner to help you get started, and then you can piece out other things to other people if they can't do the whole thing for you. Now, that still leads to the question, how do I find the right person for me? Now, I believe that the best advice is going to be the advice that's implemented. It doesn't make any sense if you get a ton of advice, but you don't do anything about it. So the advice you get definitely needs to be competent and make sense to you, and you have to get to a point where you're educated and agree with that advice. Because if you're on the fence or you're not sure, you're not going to do anything about it. You're already busy and all these other things. And so you want advice that's actionable, that makes sense to you, that you agree with, and is, of course, good advice as well. And so finding a person to deliver that advice is going to be someone that you just get along with, someone that understands you, that empathizes with your situation, that you can really build a rapport with over time, that you're getting advice over time to implement, and that you feel is good and makes sense for you. Someone that you can really relate to. So someone that might be similar to yourself, or someone in your community, or has a good understanding of your situation so they can relate to it and you relate to them to get good advice that you will actually implement. And so that's my first advice to you on trying to find somebody to work with. Definitely look around who's in your area. Maybe you like to work online and that doesn't bother you, so you can look for online people. You can go to Garrett Planning Network.org or Napfa, GarrettPlanningNetwork.com, Napfa.org to find fee-only financial advisors in your area, and just search around, look at their websites, read their bios, and then call a couple of them. Get on the phone, spend 5 to 10 to 15 minutes of your time getting to know this person that's going to be spending some time with you and talking about maybe uncomfortable things, which is your financial situation. It's definitely a very personal thing, and so you want to find somebody that you can relate to, that you're comfortable with, and that communicates with you in the way that is working for you. So pick up the phone, call a couple of these people, do a quick interview. Definitely spend a little bit of time up front hunting and finding this person, because hopefully the goal is that you find somebody that you can really get along with, that you build a long-term relationship that's going to help you, because financial planning doesn't just happen all at once. It's a process. You're living your life, and most everything you do week to week has financial consequences. Now, hopefully most of them aren't super large, but that's the way life unfolds. You have all these choices. Lots of them have to do with finances, and if you can find the person that can really support you and help you through that process, I think you're going to have a really successful journey with relation to your finances and your life. So that's my initial advice on trying to find someone to help and support you in this journey. Definitely leave me a comment or question if you have anything. Check out those resources that I've mentioned, and make sure to have an awesome day.